I don't know if we saw these fish when we were there. The otters were there.
Yeah.
The otters were doing something that we don't usually see.
I don't know.
Yeah, they weren't in the water. Remember?
They dig. I don't know.
They were...
playing with the straw.
That was it. That was kind of cool. That's right. They were climbing with the straw.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't usually see that. They were sitting up close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Bird.
The forest canopy.
The sloth.
So, the sloth was there. That was pretty cool that we got to see the
A
sloth.
sloth.
Did you see the sloth?
Yeah.
It was moving.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
Because usually sloths are just...
slow.
Right, but this sloth, when we saw it, was actually moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty cool. So, let's see. Is this the sloth? Lenny's two-toed. This is funny. Did you know? Let's read this one. Sloths. Let's read it together. Sloths. Read it with me.
Sloths
spend most of their lives in trees where they move slowly and deliberately. A sloth will go to the ground every 10 days or so to poop. When threatened, a sloth can move quickly for short periods of time. If that doesn't work, they try to bite. That's pretty funny. So the question I'm thinking of is, how often do sloths poop? Do you think that would be a fun question to ask? Let's put that one. I think so. We can put that one on. So we can say, so they'll have to read the sign to find out. So we'll say, sloth. Oops. It's, what is it called? Lenny's two-toed sloth? I will check that later if we have to. Lenny's two-toed sloth. How often do sloths poop?
On the ground.
No, not
on sloth moths.
Not where, but how often?
I don't know.
So when it's how often, like how often do you eat breakfast?
With my mouth.
No, how often? Not how, but how often? How often do you eat breakfast? Once a day. Every 24 hours about, right?
Yeah.
How often? How often do you blink your eyes? Like every few seconds, right?
Yeah.
Is when you eat. How often?
Yeah.
So how often do a sloth poop? What's the period of time between the times that they poop?
I don't know.
Every what?
A
sloth will go to the ground when?
Every 10 days.
Every 10 days. So about how often do they poop? So we'll say about every 10 days. Oops. So every 10 days. That's a long time to go without pooping. Lenny's two-toed sloth. We'll look at later. So that's a funny thing. I think that people will think that's funny. I do. Do you think it's funny?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of funny. And this is the Victoria crowned pigeon. But let's not do anything else on the same sign. It's not so good. Golden lion tamarin. You know what I like about the golden lion tamarins?
I don't know what.
I like their hair color.
Yeah.
Because it reminds me of your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could say something about that.
Yeah.
So what kind of what is it? It's a, is it a primate?
A primate.
So we could say which
primate is small?
well, we could say which small primate has hair like Theo's?
Has hair.
That sound good?
The golden lion tamarin.
The golden lion tamarin. Oops. Okay, what's next? What else? Now, oops. Now we've got
the naked mole rat.
Naked mole rat. So, what's interesting about a naked mole rat?
The naked mole rats are living underground.
Yeah, they do. So each mole rat spends its life in a network of underground tunnels created and maintained by their colony. Right.
Yeah.
So they live underground.
They have colonies.
In colonies underground, yeah. So should we say where do naked mole rats live, or we say what animal lives in colonies in underground tunnels?
Yeah.
That one? Okay. So this is naked mole rats. So what kind of an animal is it? Is it a mammal or is it a
rodent?
I don't know. It's a rodent. What rodent lives in underground tunnels? It lives in colonies, right? In underground tunnels. Where are they from?
In Africa.
Okay. So we could say, what African rodent? How about? What African rodent lives in colonies in underground tunnels? And the answer is naked mole rats. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. They are stable.
Yeah. 2 is an okapi.
It's an okapi. Yeah. Do you remember when we saw? So we saw the okapis next. What can you say about okapis?
I don't know.
Well, that's a dwicker. So, well, if you look, what's the first thing on the sign? I think it's kind of interesting. What do you see?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can you read the first thing that you
I
see?
don't know.
Well, then sit up tall and I think you'll be able to do it. Read the first thing on there.
Okapis are only living relative of the giraffe.
Right. So should we use that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll say, what is the only living relative of the giraffe? And it's okapi.
There's okapi.
But they're not related to zebras.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, here's something even better, maybe. Okapis have what? An 18-inch
long tongue.
And what do they do with it?
They clean with their own eyes and ears.
Yuck! Can you clean your eyes with your tongue?
No.
How about your ears?
No.
Let me see. You can clean your nose. How about your ear though? Can you reach your ear?
No.
Can I clean your ear with my tongue?
No.
Gross.
No.
Ew.
No.
I don't think I'll do that. Okay, put your feeties down. Okay, so we could also say that how long is an okapi's tongue, and what do they do with it? How about that?
18 inches long.
18 inches, and they clean their eyes and ears. Yuck!
Yuck.
Yuck.